Good morning, money getters. It's Monday. Rise and grind. Let's get going. Let's get to it. Get up, get up, get up, get up. No, I'm just playing. Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing? How is it going? I woke up bright and early. Well, 5 o'clock this morning. I didn't wake up at 2 or 3 as I always do. I woke up at 5. Um, I needed that sleep too. I woke up in the middle of the night a little bit. I could feel myself trying to wake up. And I was like, oh, absolutely not, honey. I went right back to sleep. Lily, what's good? What is good with you this morning? I hope you are doing great this morning. I have a very motivating, inspiring live for you guys this morning. You woke up at 5 as well. It's like, what, 9 o'clock where you are now? Sorry, guys. You were trying to email me, simply. Good morning, Tasha. Try my C Darrell at Gmail. CDARAYL at gmail.com. Absolutely, guys. We all were on the wake up list this morning, so already we are off to a good start. And I know some of us are dealing with sickness, some of us are dealing with financial constraints, some of us have children that are out of control, some of us have husbands that are out of control. Our whole lives are out of control. I've been there, been through it, wrote the book about it, wrote several books about it actually. And I'm here to tell you that it does get better. Hold on. Some of us do not know the power of holding on. Some of us feel like we can't hold on. I've been there too. I've been there too where I've been like, God, I cannot do it another day. And he was like, yes, you can. So you can do it this morning. It's all good, simply. It's going to be okay. Whatever it is, I'm telling you, your girl has been through some stuff. Like, if you think you know MMG, you do not have any idea. Okay? I've been through a lot of things, and at first I used to be ashamed of it, like, gosh, you went through so much. But one thing I learned is, first of all, I haven't been through everything. It's people that's going through things that are worse than me, uh, worse than what I've been through. Secondly, I didn't go through it just to go through it. I went through it to get stronger, to become better, to become wiser, and so that I could tell somebody else, look, you might think your problems are bad, or you may think that you can't move on from this, but you can. You absolutely can. Hey, M3, good morning. Look at all my beautiful mommies up with me this morning. Absolutely, Lily. People have been through worse, and we've been through things to make us stronger, right? I was listening to one of the actors. I don't know his name, but he's in that show. M3. I think you watch. You said you were gonna watch Love and Black or Black Love or whatever it is, that Tyler Perry show on Netflix. And one of the actors on there said that he was born to a mother who was special needs and who had him at 11 years old. She had her leg amputated. So imagine that you're 11, you're special needs, you can't really communicate your feelings, and you have an amputated leg, and you're 11 years old, and you're pregnant by one of your family members. And he said he was ashamed to tell people that at first, but now he uses his story to help others. And so we're not always comfortable to share the things that we're going through because it seems like a lot. And unfortunately, people do judge us by what we go through and what we endure. Sometimes we share our stories with people and they look at us like whatever it is that we go through. They don't see us as the survivors or the victors who made it through. So that's why I'm careful how I share my story and how I give my testimony, because sometimes everybody ain't ready to hear what you have to say. But absolutely, beauty in black, right? Right, he's an actor now. He's been on a lot of shows. I think he's going to be in something else too. I think he was saying, but he's done a lot of acting. But that just goes to show all of us have a backstory. Some of ours are uglier than others. Some of ours are a little prettier than others. I don't think that anybody on this earth is immune to life circumstances. But I do believe that life is about what you make it and how you show up for it. So um, it's not an excuse, right? Some of us are really dealing with BS. I saw a mom last week on a couple of days ago, actually, 23 years old, and she had three sons, and her family said that she had been fighting with depression for a while. But she left her last Facebook message and said that that she couldn't do it anymore, but she wanted her boys to be dressed in pink and black for her funeral, and she got up out of here. And I was just like, wow. Like I've been to the point where I was like at my lowest, but I still had fight in me. I still believed in God, and I was still fighting for myself. Like, and this is I think this is Suicide Awareness Month, so I wanted to touch on that as well. Um, Keep fighting for yourself, guys. Keep fighting. Um, your feelings are momentary. Just like some days you might be happier than others, some days you are going to be sadder than others. Some days you're going to wake up and not even know why. That's the enemy, first of all, working on you, because we don't serve a God who wants us to be sad and who wants us to be depressed. So if you are depressed, that is not of God. Also, you can turn your emotions around. You can turn it around. It is a choice to stay in depression. And I know for some people that might seem like, what do you mean? It's a choice. I don't choose to feel like this, but it's a choice to stay there. It may not be a choice that you woke up feeling depressed, but it is a choice to stay in those emotions. So do whatever you got to do. Think back to the last time you were happy and how you got to that point. Call up your friends. If you don't have friends, first of all, call on God. Pray. Turn on some spiritual music, Christian music, gospel music, motivating music, inspirational music. Work out. I started working out about 2 weeks ago. I'm doing about 2, 3 days a week. And I'm going to tell you, working out does so much for your mood. It does so much to change how you feel about yourself. You're going to instantly feel confident. Those endorphins are going to start working in your body. And psychiatrists say that working out for a good 30 minutes, getting your blood going, is as beneficial as taking medication. So it might not be, you might not feel like, okay, super duper better, but you're going to feel a lot better than you did before you got started. And I know some people, somebody listening to me right now can't even get out of bed, can't even think about working out. Well, shower. First of all, shower, make up your bed, you know, eat you a good meal this morning. Think about where your life is now, where you would like it to be a month from now, or even a week from now, or even just today. Maybe you can only do one day at a time. Start today. What would you like to accomplish today? That's how I normally start off my days. I write a list of what I want to get accomplished that day so that my day has been beneficial. It's very important to me that I do not waste my time. I do not waste time that I have been given. So I watched Ruth and Boaz this weekend too. Like, if you've read the Ruth and Boaz story in the Bible, it has elements of that, but I wish that it really would have honed in on that, Mama Three. I wish that it really would have worked on those elements of moving on and staying and sticking something through. And then I wish the love story between Ruth and Boaz was a little bit more developed as well. I don't know, I didn't really watch it all the way through, meaning I was watching it and doing other things. Your witness, it does help, right? Sunshine, it does. Hey, good morning, Dardita. Good morning, Joyce. Thank you for joining us. Right, Empty. Once you get started, it makes the day a lot better. Thank you, Dardita. I say these things not just to because I'm full of myself or not just to talk, but because I know that it's needed. And I feel like in the morning, that's the best time if you're going to do anything that day. The best way for you to start your day is to just start your day. Start it early. Don't stay in the bed all day. Like some days I get tired and I intentionally rest because I can keep going and going and going in spite of my mind being tired, in spite of my body being tired. I will keep going. But now that I'm getting older, I've also learned to rest, right? Because some days you just need to rest. Some days, you know, you're depressed, or I mean, you feel depressed and you feel anxious because your mind is tired. It's tired of thinking. It's tired of working. It's tired of dealing with emotions. And sometimes you really do just need a good night's rest. You need a good 8 to 10 hours rest, right? But some people can get addicted to that feeling as well. So get that good 8 to 10 hours of sleep. Let your mind relax. Let your mind heal from whatever it is you're going through and be ready to wake up the next day and seize the day, right? Because you want to take every opportunity possible to get your mind and body in alignment with the goals that you have for yourself. Um, for me this year, it's been to get started on the clean eating journey. It's been to get monetized on YouTube. My goal has been to get more connected with God and to read my Bible in the morning, things like that. I have daily goals that I have set for myself, and I have monthly goals, and then I have yearly goals. And right now, I think I'm crushing them. Of course, nothing is perfect, right? And I still have a lot that I can do better. But that's the process, right? We have to remember that too. Life is all about a process. The process is what it is. And the process means that it will take the amount of time that it takes. We can't rush the process along. I've been telling my daughter that this summer while I'm teaching her how to drive. Um, we're still learning, okay? We're going into month 4. And she's gotten better and she's improved, but we took baby steps. We started out with 10 to 15 minute lessons, then we worked our way up to 30 minutes, and then we worked our way up to an hour, and now we're at 2 hours. And that was going to take the time that it took because number one, that girl wasn't about to drive me crazy trying to teach her how to drive. My nerves were on edge. So I had to get more comfortable with her driving and not me being in control. I also had to have the ability to be patient as I was teaching her. And she had to get more comfortable behind the wheel and understand how the vehicle moves, understand how to stop the car and when to stop the car. She had to learn all of those things. And it takes the time that it takes. Her confidence had to build up because when you're taking someone from infancy to basically adulthood as a driver, it takes time. And you can't rush that alone. You can't just get behind the wheel and decide you're going to drive one day and you've never driven before. And then all of a sudden you're ready to just take on the road. That's not safe. So it just takes some time and it's a process, right? Just like losing weight. You can't wake up one day and then snap your fingers and then you're 20 pounds lighter. It takes time if you're doing it the safe way, right? And the safe way is to lose small increments of weight. But your daily habits will add up to that weight loss. Like it's month 3 for me, and or I'm going into what is it, July? I'm going into month 3, and I'm noticing that even though I'm eating more because of my habits of eating clean now my body is starting to release weight. My body realizes that we're not going back to the old way of doing things, because sometimes your body wants to hold on to weight, right? Once my body understands that it's going to get to move more, that I'm going to be eating healthier now, it is it's happening, without me even really trying. Yeah, right. Right, Lily, it does help. Even like listening to motivational videos, I do that as well. Last year, I really got into listening to Myron Golden, I think his name is. I listened to a lot of Nipsey Hussle's old motivation talks. I listen to a lot of different people. I love to listen to sports figures like Kobe Bryant, because they teach you about tenacity and how you have to put in the work, and how you have to show up to become your greatest self. So I like listening to them. I like listening to anybody who's been through the school of life and who has a story to tell, because they teach us that digging your heels in and fighting the good fight is worthwhile. Like if we think about Tyler Perry and his tumultuous childhood, and how he's a billionaire, and how he doesn't let others decide or dictate to him how he should do his thing, right? He's like one of the biggest movers and shakers. He's probably like one of the only self owned, self made black creators. Like when we think about it, how many people can say they're a Tyler Perry, no matter which race they are, but especially black? Tyler makes his own moves. He does it his own way. Nobody tells Tyler what to do. And as a result, he can pay black actors top dollar. He can get movies made quickly. He's on everything. He's on Netflix, he's on Amazon. So yeah, this stuff does work. I think any exercise will. That, for me, is dancing. Like I like to turn on the gospel music, and I'll do some like walking in place. Like you want to get your heart going, Lily. Like really get your heart rate up. Um, you want to get that sweat going. I'm doing this now, but after I take my daughter to school, I'll return home and I'll put on my sweats. Like it's uncomfortable to get that hot and work out, but a good 20, 30 minutes with some warm clothes on, you're going to sweat out those toxins. And I say that because when I do a regular workout and I'm just going walking, that's a sweat. But when I get that sweat out and I really get that heart pumping, you can smell the toxicity coming out. And I know that's a little TMI, but I smell it in my sweat. I can smell the toxicity coming out of my body, and you feel different. You feel different. Just like being in a sauna, when you come out and you feel like you release some impurities. So I drink water and I just really turn on a gospel song, because I like to do gospel in the morning. I like my ratchet rap and I like my R&B. But in the morning, I want to be in a different zone. I want to be in a different mindset, because I'm setting the tone for the rest of my day. You're going walking later. I'm supposed to join your group. I don't know if I'm ready, M3. I don't think I'm ready. I'm going to get kicked out. Your nerves were too bad. You know what? I was like, I've been telling her I'm going to pay for driver's lessons for 2 years. I don't know why I didn't do it. And so by the time she was 18, I was like, you know what? You're off for the summer before college. I'm just going to spend the summer teaching you how to drive. And for us, it was a bonding experience. And what I did is I took her to a vacant, well, it wasn't vacant, but it's a big parking lot. So there was lots of space, okay? there is there was a lot, or there is lots of space for her to drive and for her uh, to avoid hitting anything. So I just took her there, and we did that for about the first 3 weeks until I got bored and I was like, okay, let's move you to the streets. So I let her go over there, and we drove around the parking lot. I taught her how to back up, how to do 3-point turns, and just basically how to stop and start the car, how to back up and reverse, the very basics. But then I soon learned that, okay, we needed to move to the streets because if you want your child to learn how to drive, you got to teach them how to drive. And the only way you can do that is to put them on the road. So our second step was to go to a small neighbor or to a residential area, and I let her learn how to drive, in the going through intersections, making turns and things like that. And we did that for a few days. And then I put her on the road. But I took her to a back road where there wasn't a lot of traffic. And so we did that. And as we've been going along throughout the weeks, we've increased her exposure to heavier and heavier traffic and faster speeds, things like that. So she's getting better. She has improved a lot. We're thinking maybe December for her to start driving on her own. Um, so some people may get it faster. We didn't drive every day. Some days we would do 2 days a week. Some days we missed. But what I started doing as well is I started taking her out on the weekends because it's slower traffic. It tends to be slower traffic on the weekends, so I did that. And that's how I got her going. Absolutely. So I have a small outline. We're not going to stay on here too much longer. Um, I'm glad you all have decided to join me this morning. And as I said, I hope you guys are motivated and inspired to get going this week. Um, if you can, or if you feel so inclined, write down one bigger goal for yourself this week. You can write it in your phone, or if you have a journal, write it down there. Um, when you write down your goals, you're setting the intention to complete that goal for yourself, but you also want to take it from paper to action. You don't want to just write it down and forget about it. Revisit your goal throughout the week, add to it. Um, Write down your progress. How far along are you to accomplishing that goal? Or also, what can you do differently day by day this week? Set your intention. What steps are you going to take? If your goal is to walk every day, are you going to do a walking video at home? They have walking videos on YouTube for free. Or are you going to meet with a friend and walk through the park or walk through the mall? Are you going to take more steps at work? Do you have a Fitbit or an Apple Watch to track your steps? How are you going to meet your step goals or your exercise goals this week? And that's just one example. It can be anything. Maybe your goal for this week is getting 6 to 8 hours of sleep. How are you going to accomplish that? Are you going to turn your cell phone off at a certain time? Are you going to listen to relaxing music? How are you going to wind down? How are you going to change your sleep hygiene this week to get more rest in, right? So let's write that down and be intentional, like I said, about committing to your goal this week and actually accomplishing it. So don't just write down what the goal is. If it's to be more productive at work, if it's to get more rest, if it's to stick to a meal plan or to whatever it is, write it down and then write down 3 actionable items that you are going to also do to be able to complete that goal. For me, what are my goals for the week? You're gonna follow it too, Dardita? Absolutely. Start her off slow. Start her off slow. And my daughter was like, well, I'm ready to do this, I'm ready to do that. Because she would ask certain days, like when we would go out, oh, can I drive? Can I drive? That was always her thing. And now that she has been in heavier traffic, she always wants to drive. But I say no. Some days because like one day she like baby bumped somebody's car parking, and then right after that she bumped like a little sign. I'm like, okay, girl, we are done. But I still let her finish driving us home. But that was out of 3 months. That was the first time she had actually, oh yeah, it has been 3 months. We're going into month four. But that was the first time she had ever even barely did something like that, right? So God is good. Because, baby, it has been a time. But start her off small. Absolutely. Um, what's the rush? That's another thing. What's the rush? It's going to take, and that's the second thing I want to say. It's going to take the time that it takes. It's going to take the time that it takes. I'm on a weight loss journey to lose 100 pounds. I'm at about 40 pounds, so I have 60 more pounds to lose. I've only been doing this going into my third month. You can't lose 100 pounds in 3 months. You can. It ain't going to look too good, and you're not going to feel much different. It's going to take the time it takes. It's going to take the amount of time it takes. Maybe you don't complete your goal this week, but if you get started this week, you will be much better off than you were weeks prior. If you don't achieve your goal every day, even if you only do it one day, you got started, and then you can build upon that. I'm not working out every day yet, but I am working out 2 to 3 days a week. It's my goal to work out every day, but my body has to get there. I was speaking to my niece who's an athlete. She played basketball all through, from junior high all the way to college. My beautiful niece just graduated college this year, and she's used to working out. But after playing ball and enduring injuries, she let her body rest this summer. But she told me, she said, look, when you just start working out, it's going to hurt. She said parts of your body that you didn't even know could hurt is going to hurt. And that's what was happening with me this summer. I was doing strength training and trying to just hurry up and, really just rush through it and just really wanting to experience the benefits of strength training. But my body was like, girl, I know you have lost your mind. I know you are not trying to do this to me. So when I tell you my back started hurting, my knees was hurting, everything hurt. And it did not stop hurting for like a week or two because my muscles were not used to being worked like that. Now, I had strength trained in months, okay? So my body had to be reminded of that. So now I'm starting off slow. So that's another key tip. Start off slow this week. Like, set your intention and make the attempts, right? Start off small. Don't tell yourself, I'm going to walk 1 mile today if you haven't worked out in months. Maybe you can maybe you can walk for a mile, but maybe you can't because you don't have that endurance yet. It's going to take the time that it takes, and the process is what it is. There are steps to completing your goals, so remind yourself of that as well when you get a little frustrated, because that will happen. When you feel like giving up, that will happen too. Also, write down what you're going to do when those moments happen. How are you going to push past the feeling when you want to give up? How are you going to push past those feelings when you feel sleepy? Because it's going to happen. Hey, 601 Ashley, good morning. How are you doing today? Thank you, M3. I was about to sign up, but now I have a bone spurt in my elbow and I'm off work, so I'm delayed, so now I can only walk. Oh, no. You did say that you hurt your elbow. Oh, man. You're 63. You know what? I have 2 more teenagers to teach, Dardita. And I said, you know what? I'm paying for the driver's lessons. I think it's 500. So, I don't know, but because I want that opportunity to bond with my next 2 daughters as well. And we're going to start off the same way. We're going to start off small. We're going to start off a little bit at a time. The first lesson might be 5 minutes. The next lesson might be 10 minutes. And we're going to work ourselves up as they are more comfortable with the lessons. And that's how we're going to do it. The time's going to take the time it takes. You woke up this morning and you're here anyway, so why not accomplish your goals? And you're going to feel more confident when you do. If you wake up one morning and you don't feel like working out, do it anyway and see how you feel after that. You're going to feel like you have achieved so much already that day. When you take care of yourself personally, okay, that's when you feel the best. Because you have work goals, right? And we have our goals as mothers, things that we want to do for our children. Without a doubt, that would always make us feel great, right? I love when I do things with my kids or when I tell my children, we're going to do this as a family and we actually do it. I love showing up for them. But when I show up for myself, there's no greater feeling. I love my kids. I love my kids absolutely. I love my God. When I do something for me, I feel like I am doing it for them. When I achieve my goals, I feel like I'm showing the power of God at work because I know on my own, I'm just a filthy rag, right? I know that I won't do anything without His help or without relying on Him. When I take care of me, when I eat healthy, when I drink water, I'm showing my children, I'm giving them the example that they should live by, right? When I lose weight and when I get stronger, I'm showing my children not only can you bounce back, but you can recover and you can move on. So they're getting to see in action what it looks like to recover from anxiety and depression, to recover from being at a stressful being in a stressful environment at work. They're seeing their mom fight. They're seeing me every day, and I used to try to hide those things from my children, but they're teenagers. They're old enough to understand, and if life ever gets hard for them, they will have the tools. They will see mom working out. They will see mom has changed her diet. They will see mom kept pressing on, and they will see how mom started a YouTube channel at 50 years old and how she showed up for herself daily. They will see their mom doing that. So that's the best thing I could give them, right? By taking care of me and showing them how I'm doing that. I'm not perfect. Like nobody is perfect. So they're seeing that in action. And I love that for me. I did the bypass surgery 2 years ago. I was 298 pounds. Now I weigh 141 pounds. My goal weight for my height was 150 pounds, so I went past my goal weight. You know what, Dardita? Let me give you a hand clap. That is exciting. That is excellent. I know that wasn't an easy decision for you to make. And, some people say, well, doing the weight loss surgery is cheating. But I'm going to tell you something, Dardita. A lot of people don't make it past 100 pounds of weight loss, even with the surgery. A lot of people gain the weight back, even with the surgery. And a lot of people don't do what they need to do to lose the weight. They get the, and we've seen that even on my 600-pound life, how people have had the surgery and didn't lose any weight. I didn't know that could happen. I thought once you have the surgery, you automatically lose weight. So you have done a great job. You got the surgery and you did what you needed to do and you crushed your goals. And I know that wasn't easy for you. I only lost 40 pounds. And yesterday my kids wanted McDonald's. I wanted a pumpkin pie. But then again, I knew how pumpkin pie would make me feel. I do not want the guilt. I do not want the bloat. I don't want to go back to that narcotic. So I was like, you know what? You know you don't want that pumpkin pie. So it's not easy. Even with weight loss surgery, I don't care if you are taking Ozempic, none of it is easy. None of it is easy. It takes discipline and it takes being, and that's what we're talking about this today. We're talking about having the mindset to do it, right? We got to have the will to do it, to show up for ourselves daily and accomplish our goals. So you did a big thing. Yes, I am on my game, Kendi K. I am on my game. I'm trying to get like you, Kendi K. How have you been? Beautiful. Good morning, Layla. You've been showing up. Layla has been showing up. My girl M3 has been showing up. I appreciate all the money getters who show up for me daily. Um, Sometimes it's been just me and M3 in the chat. She knows. She knows. She's been there in the trenches with me. I don't care how many people are on here. I'm not on here by myself, talking to myself, because some days it's really been like that, where it says 0 people in the chat. And so that's what I'm saying too. It's the process. It's going to take what it takes. You're gonna go from 0 people in the chat to one person to 2 or 3 people, but show up for yourself daily, and also be ready to show up for others. Be ready and willing to help others crush their goals. That's also a satisfaction, right? We can't be too prideful or too egotistical to the point where we don't want to see others win. When we help others win, we're sowing the seed for us to win. So don't feel anything other than excited about that opportunity to show up for others, because that's going to come back to you as well. Smooth last week, he went live, and he's always in somebody's chat supporting. And when he went live, everybody rushed to his live to support him as well. And he felt so good about that. And he was like, I'm just so appreciative. But I'm like, and everyone else was like, you're always here for us. Of course, we're going to be here for you. And, that's what it's all about. Surgical Tech School, you know what? God bless you. God bless your mind to learn and to receive everything that you need to learn. And you're going to do absolutely great, Layla. You're a great spirit, and I know that God is going to be with you. So I bet you're probably nervous and hopeful, but you decided to do a thing, and now you're showing up for yourself. I'm so proud of you for doing this for you. You got this. You're going to crush it. That's why you fear live. Oh no, you're always there for others. Simply, you show up. You have, ever since you subscribed to my channel, you have been one of my biggest supporters. You have continuously shown up for others. Same thing with M3. You guys show up for others consistently. And these YouTube streets can be so funny and so finicky, right? But like I said, when you show up for others, you should have the expectation that others will show up for you. And they will. And we will. Post when you're going to go live. Let everybody know we're going to show up for you. We're going to be there for you. And if you're kind of worried about what you will say, go to Chat GPT. Like, look at what's trending and come up with, go to Chat GPT, put what you want to talk about in that, in Chat GPT, and it will give you an outline. Chat GPT will give you a title. It would even give you a thumbnail. Sometimes the thumbnails are a little bit iffy and you got to work with it. I don't really use Chat GPT for thumbnails. Sometimes I just use it for thumbnail ideals, and then I make my own. Like, I have an outline this morning, and I'm not really going by it. I'm just going based off of you guys' energy this morning. So, but you can use that to assist you. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. I'm distracted with life. So YouTube for myself on back burner, but I'm here to help my YouTube family get it. And I thank you for that, simply, because sometimes we can get caught up into our own lives, and rightfully so. When you have things going on that are consuming your time and that are at the forefront of your mind, it's important to attend to your needs. But sometimes it's also good to get away and take a step back from it. And that's what I hope to do this morning. And that's what I hope to do with my lives, to inform others, to inspire others, and get people motivated. I think that's probably the biggest thing I want to do on this channel, is to inspire others and show people a different way. Even when I'm on my BS and I'm doing the peach lives, I still sneak it in there. Oh, I'm gonna laugh and we're gonna joke and we're going to react to Peach's shenanigans, but don't think that you're in here just to kiki and haha. You're going to learn something too. You're going to walk away with something that I said that's going to be beneficial to you. I can't do my people like that. I can't have you coming over here listening to me and I don't have something of value to give you. We're going to laugh and we're going to have a good time and we're going to react. That's cool, but you're also going to get something out of it to perhaps think about things a different way, not my way, but maybe you might disagree with me, but my hope is that you come away with a better way of seeing life, right? I had to. I'm no longer a diabetic. I have been taken off of a lot of medications. I feel so good, and my life has done a complete turnaround. Dardita, that's why I started this weight loss journey. I was like, well, what, what if, what if I don't feel better? And I would ask others. And when I was doing my research, I was thinking about, um, I was reading about how others said that they went from being short of breath because that's what was really bothering me. I was short of breath. Um, my legs were swelling. My blood pressure was high. My blood sugar was high. And now those things have gone away. I'm still on blood pressure medication. However, I don't know if I need to stay on it because my blood pressure is like really low now. But I went from a 5.9 blood sugar level to a 5.4. So I'm no longer pre-diabetic. I don't know what it is now. I got to find out what it's looking like now. But yes, I'm doing absolutely better. I'm like way better. Like to not have that feeling where your heart is racing for no reason because your blood sugar is high, from not having swollen joints. Like I could not cross my legs. Now I could cross my legs, to just being able to do normal things like walk through Walmart is so worth it. It is so worth it to take care of yourself. Like you're never going to do anything better for yourself than getting disciplined with your eating habits and getting disciplined and working out. I don't care what you do. There's nothing that looks better than healthy. There's nothing that's going to look better on you than healthy. Like I wasn't really getting compliments before. I'm getting compliments all the time. Um, some guys will look, but now they're like, "Oh, I like your lipstick," or they're just staring me down. And I think that's because my confidence has built up, and because I'm glowing. My skin is glowing because I only drink water. There's so many benefits to losing weight and eating right. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were talking about being able to drink lemonade still, or being able to eat some of the things they won't still. No, stop that. Stop it. If you have high blood pressure, if you're diabetic, you're done with eating what you want to eat and eating in moderation. It's time out for that. If you have swollen joints, if you have cancer, you have any type of debilitating condition where you got to take medication to help you make it through the day, you're done with eating what you want to do, eat and eating in moderation. Now you got to go back to uh, infancy. You know how you can't feed babies whatever, you got to feed them on milk only, or they start off with the vegetables and fruit and the rice and things like that. You got to go back to that. You need to redo your whole diet. You got to drink water only. You need to work out because for the majority of us who are on blood pressure meds and who are on insulin, it's all about our lifestyle. We have eaten ourselves into those conditions. We have allowed ourselves to be stressed out to the point of having high blood pressure. Even though I was a big girl, I did not have high blood pressure until I went back to work. When I went back to work, my blood pressure skyrocketed to the point where I needed medicine. And I didn't have that issue before. So then my eating habits were out of control because of anxiety and stress. So I had to get out of there. I had to get out of that environment. And now life is so much more peaceful. It's like Even when I have a bad day, I'm able to snap back out of it. Some of you need to quit the job, leave the husband, let the kids do what they're going to do because they're going to do it anyway. Some of you are in situations that you refuse to. God has told you to leave those situations. God has shown you that you need to leave those situations, and you keep holding on for whatever reason. And you're using scripture and, well, God blesses a marriage, God hates divorce, and you're using scripture and you're twisting it around. You can't put anything before God. You can't make an idol out of being married. You can't make an idol out of staying on the job. You can't make an idol out of motherhood. Some of us are idolizing our professions. Some of us are idolizing our positions in life, right? And you can only show up for someone as much as they're willing to show up for themselves. And at some point, you have to let go. I didn't say divorce. Sometimes you need to separate. You need to give your husband time to readjust and recommit and figure it out. Sometimes you need to let your child fly and spread their wings, right? You got to kick them out of the nest and let them show up for themselves. You can still be there for them to come back to, but a lot of us are going through things needlessly. I was doing that for a number of years, and when I finally said, well, that's it, things began to turn around for me in that moment. And even once I did leave the job, I had a lot of residual effects that I didn't have before. So that meant I had to change my diet. I had to start working out. I had to change my mindset, start watching motivational videos. I had to learn my body and understand my body needs rest. It can't keep going. We're not machines, we're not robots, right? We can't allow our goals to consume our minds and overwhelm us to the point where we're pushing past the point of exhaustion or we're pushing past the point of no return. I'm an author, and when my creative juices get to going, I can work nonstop, like to the point of mania. Okay, a lot of creatives do that. They'll stay up all night when they're creating, when they're working on a song, or when they're writing a book, because self-expression is very it's so inspiring, right? You can just keep going and you'll get energy and you'll get you'll start feeling the way that you didn't even know or understand that you could feel, honestly. So I have to tell myself, okay, you're tired now, go to bed. So I understand that now, and I never felt that way in life before. I never knew that I could keep going and going when I'm creating, but I can. When I'm inspired, when I'm in the mood, I can keep going. And I also shut people out when I get in those creative zones, right? When I get laser focused on a goal, I can tune everything out and not really want to talk on the phone, not watch TV. So I have to, but I have children. I'm a mom, so I can't get so laser focused on a goal that I'm not paying attention to my children. So I've learned to take breaks. I've learned to make sure that I'm taking care of my children and I'm taking care of myself. So that's another thing too. You're welcome. You're welcome, guys. Look at you guys giving tips in the chat. That's what's good. I used to take 3 blood pressure medications. I'm completely off. That's what's up, Dardita. Kudos to you. Oh, once your BMI is 21. That's what's up. That's another thing. Like, your BMI is important because if you have to have surgery, like I have a surgery coming up, and I didn't want to do it right away. It wasn't imperative that I do it then, but when I was told that I would need to do the surgery, I was 40 pounds bigger. So I still want to lose another 15 pounds before I have it. So come October 1, I'm going to start strength training again, and I'm going to get back because I haven't been following a meal plan, but I'm going to follow a meal plan and restrict my calories a little bit more and really get that 15 pounds off. I know I can do the 15 pounds off in a week or two if I stay dedicated. It won't even take me that long. but I have to stay dedicated to eating a certain amount of calories and working out and doing what I need to do. But I want another 15 pounds off before I do the surgery. So that's another worthwhile goal. You don't know what can happen. You don't want to plan for surgery. You can break a bone and need to go into surgery. You can do anything and they have to put you under. You can even have to get dental surgery and they want to, put you to sleep for that. So you always want to be under, you will always want to be at a healthy BMI because that reduces the risk of having surgery, because surgery, anytime they put you under, it's risky, right? So you want to be as healthy as possible. So in case, you just never know what happened. You might want to give somebody a kidney. You might want to give your child a kidney, and you can't give them a kidney until you lose weight or until you get in shape, right? If you have high blood pressure and if you have high blood sugar, you can't give your child a kidney if you need to. None of that's going to happen. I'm just throwing out variables, right? So, another reason for us to be healthy. Right. And moderation is the key. I don't drink sodas. I don't eat salt or sweets. I eat off a smaller plate. It was hard when I first had the surgery, but I learned not to eat or drink sugars. It's still hard for me. It's 3 months of me not having soda. I did have some lemonade. I had some juice a couple of days this weekend. Um, I've been eating a lot of frozen grapes. That's probably why. I be wanting something fruity. But yeah, I'm gonna go get me some grapes today. The frozen grapes have been really keeping me from doing something I don't want to do. It's been keeping the monkey off my back. But this, it's for me and Dardita. You let me know if it's the same for you. But for me, the 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 desire to want those things hasn't, like, the cravings have gone away, but the desire hasn't gone away. I still want to eat like that. It's certain things that I don't care if I don't eat. Fried foods is one of them. Fast food, I don't care to eat fast food. I, I can eat potatoes and be fine with not having chips, but I still have like okay, like I should be eating this, right? Like I should be, because I'm gonna be honest, when you're a fatty like me, um, food kind of becomes a companion in life, right? I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, you build, like, food is such a part of our lives. We need food to survive, for one, right? But we celebrate with food a lot. We go out for birthday celebrations. Okay, let's go to this restaurant. Someone is graduating. We're having the family over, and we're gonna lay out a smorgasbord of food, right? Or if we're just meeting with a friend, oh, let's do lunch. Food can fill up your day, right? When you're bored, you want to sit down and watch a movie and have a snack or whatever when you're at the movies. So food can quite honestly become a huge part of your life. Um, unless, and once you start dieting, you can move more and you get more motivated to do other things. So you got to kind of find other ways to compensate for those moments, right? Of when you use food to celebrate or for whatever reason, you got to kind of switch that up, because now, like, I've had some, like, even my retirement, right? So now when I retired, it wasn't let's go to a restaurant and celebrate, because I don't drink and I'm not eating out right now. So now it was like, okay, let's plan to go out of town. Let's plan a vacation instead. Now it's, if I'm going to meet with a friend, let's go for a walk. It's not going to be let's meet for lunch. So things have definitely changed for me. Absolutely. Hey, Deneen, good morning. How are you? I see that you tried the frozen grapes. You like to let yours thaw out a little bit, Deneen. I like mine to freeze, honey. I like them hard, and they taste like a popsicle. And then I'm just all day long grabbing grapes. And someone said, grapes have a lot of sugar in them? They do. They do have a lot of sugar in them. And also that grapes can increase your blood sugar. I don't know if that's happening with me. I don't know, but I'm still losing weight. I'm still losing weight. So I'm going to enjoy my grapes. You're smaller, I'm smaller, and it's a companion to me for sure. I don't care about fast food, but I like my muffins. I had to not go that way in the store, not to buy them. Simply be over there enjoying herself. Simply will have her muffin and her coffee. Honey, Simply will have her breakfast going, and I'd be like, like, I saw your bacon and eggs. Simply, stop playing. You know I'm over here struggling. I haven't had bacon in quite some time. And I said I would never give up bacon, but I had to for my blood pressure. I had to give up bacon. But bacon, I love me some bacon, a bacon and egg sandwich. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Praise God. Praise God. Yeah. But I feel so much better bacon, I had to give it up. I had to give up that narcotic. I had to give it up. I see good looking food and I wish I could eat it or have it, but rather be healthy than be unhealthy. So, yes, you're right. Absolutely. Right, Denise. Food is like a reward for some accomplishments. Right, right, right. Like when my daughter graduated from high school, and I don't know why my town did this, the city where I live, it was like four other schools graduating on the same day. So every restaurant was filled to capacity. People are outside waiting around. And the way they did the graduations is they had them at night because it was so hot that day. So they had them in the evening. They didn't even have it to where you could go earlier in the day. Like they should have did it at 8 o'clock in the morning if they really wanted to avoid the heat or something, but they did it at night. So that meant that the restaurants were about to close when the graduation was finally over. I think the graduation started at 6. It was over about 8:30. So by the time we started showing up at restaurants, they were already filled to capacity and they had a 2-hour wait. So there was no way we were going to be able to eat at a restaurant. And I didn't think that through. I didn't make reservations, but I'm sure you probably couldn't make reservations because there was such a demand that night. But if I had thought better of it, I would have catered or had some food delivered to my house so when we got done. But we didn't want to do it at home. We actually wanted to go out to eat, but we were unable to eat. And then we said we would do something the next day, but my daughter was like, no, I'm kind of over it. We don't have to do anything the next day. And I was like, good, save me some money because I had my credit card ready to pay for everybody who showed up to the dinner. But we ended up eating Wingstop that night. But my point is, everybody was out eating. Nobody was going home after that graduation. Everybody was eating. That's how everybody was going to celebrate at a restaurant after their kids had graduated because that's what we do as Americans. We like to eat. We like to eat. We like to have a party and have and have 10 different items, especially. I don't know how you guys do it. But I know in my black household, we have spaghetti, we got fried chicken, we might have enchiladas. Probably not enchiladas, but we'll have a large pan of spaghetti. Who doesn't like spaghetti? We'll have a large pan of fried chicken, maybe even barbecue ribs, macaroni and cheese, greens, a salad, cakes, sodas. I mean, we're going to do it up. We are going to do it up. But one thing about me, I don't like cooking for a large group. And I don't like being around large groups like that when it comes to eating. Like, I won't even eat. I'll usually just keep something at home for myself and eat when I return home. But I don't like eating with large groups of people. It's just too much. Hey, Chic Chic. You know what? I'm getting more and more trolls. I'm so sick of y'all. Like, get a life. Guys, say bye-bye to Sheik Sheik because he's out of here. First, let's report him. Let's report you for, uh, this is harassing me. Let's report you. Okay. Also, let's get you out of here. Okay. Never to return again. Go make you a new page. Oh, you like them hard too, Denise? I like to freeze them. Oh my gosh, they taste so good. I did cotton candy grapes. Those are very sweet. A little too syrupy for me, the cotton candy grapes. I don't like the oval grapes. I like the globe grapes, like the big globe grapes. Um, I've done green before. Those are okay, but I like red grapes better. And my granddaughter turned me on to those this year. And I've been doing it ever since. Like I grab a bag, I wash them off real good, and I take the whole bag and set them in a bowl and put them in the freezer. Yep, I'm out of grapes. I gotta go stop by the grocery store. Ooh, I gotta go, guys. It's 8 o'clock. It's time for me to get up out of here. Turkey bacon. You know what, Dardita? I have decided not to, or the I'm on the clean eating lifestyle, so I don't eat any processed meats. Um, the only thing I eat out of a package is rice, and I do still eat some bread, and I do still eat cheese sometimes. Those are the only things. Oh, and butter. Those are about the only things that I do still eat that I haven't truly got out of my diet. But like pastas, uh, like the boxed foods like rice-a-roni and zatarans and things like that. Um, I haven't been eating. So, um, if I'm gonna do bacon, I'm going all the way. I'm not even gonna play with it. Have a good day, Simply. Have a good day, Deneen. Who else is in here with me? M3. Have a great day. Thanks for tuning in, Dardita. Thank you, Layla. Everybody have a great day and crush those goals this week, guys. You guys can do it. We can all accomplish our goals. I will. I'll check it when I get back. Thank you, Simply, for tuning in. You guys have a great day. Stay blessed and stay up. Much love to you all.